everyone, and welcome back once again to my channel. If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe, like and share my videos as well, and leave comments, guys. These things give my videos exposure and keeps me motivated to keep giving you more and more informations. Let's talk about documentation, guys. Yes, documentation, pre-employment checks. What does your Australian employers want from you? What kind of documents do they want from you? This is one of the most challenging phases I had to go through in this entire process, because I had no idea what was required of me, and it delayed my employment process for about a month or two, because it took me a while to get all the documents ready. I felt like sharing this with you guys to get you prepared, because if you knew what was coming, or if you knew what they expect from you, then you'll be able to get these things ready on time, and hopefully your employment process will be easier, quicker and smoother compared to mine. So the first thing they will be needing from you is occupational health checks. You need to go through a very rigorous occupational health check, and this is very important to them. They're very particular about this, especially for those of you relocating to New South Wales. They are very strict with the occupational health checks. They need you to provide them with vaccination and serology evidences. And the first thing on the list, it will be hepatitis B vaccination. You need to have received 3 doses of hepatitis B vaccines, and you will also be providing them with serology report, that's immunity checks. You need to do some immunity checks to prove that you actually have immunity to hepatitis B. If the immunity checks shows that you have low immunity to hepatitis B, you need to receive a booster dose of hepatitis B vaccination. Repeat the immunity check 4 to 6 weeks after you've received the booster dose, and provide them with the results. That your immunity check is low, or that your immunity to hepatitis B is low, doesn't mean that you will not go through with the employment process. They would reach a decision and let you know. Probably they would go through with the employment process, and then when you arrive to Australia, you have to go through further checks and all of that. But just bear in mind that these checks are only carried out to protect you and their patients from potential infections. And then the next vaccination evidence that you need to provide will be that of COVID. You need to provide evidence that you've received 2 doses of COVID vaccinations and 1 booster dose. That's altogether 3 doses. Provide them with your COVID pass. For those of you who received your vaccination in Nigeria, provide them with the COVID certificates. And those of us who received in the UK will provide the NHS COVID pass. The next vaccination evidence will be that of the MMR and varicella. So you need to have received these vaccines, and you also provide immunity reports to prove that you are immune to these infections or diseases. And then the next one would be tuberculosis, not the scar check. This is, you need to do the immunity check, which is the tuberculosis IgRA. And lastly, guys, and the most important, DTPA vaccination is very important to them. DTPA is the diphtheria, tuberculosis, pertussis vaccine. It also contains polio. I made a mistake. During my time, I received the DTP vaccination, which is the diphtheria, tetanus, and polio. And when I sent it to my employers, they were like, no, this is not what we requested for. We want the DTPA vaccination. I had to pay £110 to receive this vaccination, which was a waste of money. I felt pained. So please, guys, don't make this mistake. So you need to have received DTP vaccine. And in Australia, they require you to receive the DTPA vaccination once every 10 years. So if you've not had this vaccination in the last 10 years, please visit a travel clinic nearer to you and receive this vaccination. Ensure that you also collect your vaccination certificate. I will be leaving links to some travel clinics in the description box. Follow those links to check for any travel clinic nearer to you and do all of these immunity checks that I have just mentioned. If you've received any immunization with the occupational health department of whatever trust that you work with, send the occupational health department an email and ask them to provide you with immunization reports containing list of all the vaccines that you received when you first arrived in the UK and the dates that you received this vaccination. You can also do the immunity checks with your occupational health department to save you money. I'm on leave, that's why I had to visit the private clinics to do these checks, and it was very, very expensive. Cost me between £500 to £900 to get all of these done. So that is that about the occupational health checks. The next thing you need to provide to your employers is what is called 100 points of ID, and what form of ID done with your bank card. So take a picture of your bank card and or your credit card and blot out the 16-digit number, and that is your 100 points of ID. The next document that you'll be providing to them will be your nursing qualifications. So you need to provide your credentials and your license evidence. You need to provide them with your AFRA certification. If you're registered with AFRA, which is the licensing body in Australia, log into your dashboard and download your AFRA certificate. It's down. Log into your AFRA dashboard and download the certificate. You will also need to provide them with your ANMAC skill assessment if you've gone through the skill assessment, and if your employers are offering you a 186 visa. The next document that you need is what is called statement of declaration form, and you need to notarize this form. So visit any solicitor nearer to where you live and notarize the statement of declaration form. Some employers provide you with the statement of declaration form, so you may not need to really bother about that until you've been offered an employment actually. The statement of declaration form is just a kind of declaration that says that you don't have any criminal history. That is just it. And you also need to be providing your statement of service form. What is statement of service? Statement of service form is just a kind of reference provided by your present and past employers to say, oh, this person worked here from so and so time and completed so and so hours throughout their employment in these organizations. So it's just a kind of reference to prove that you actually have the years of experience that you're claiming to have. So if you claimed that you had 8 years of experience, you need to provide statements of service form proving that you have that 8 years of experience. And lastly, guys, you will need to be providing a police check that covers all countries that you've lived in for six months and above. So I'll leave links in the description box, links to applying for police check for different countries. Just follow the link and select whichever country that you want to apply for their police check. For UK police check, it takes about 2 to 3 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, to be provided to you. So apply for it on time. The earlier the better. And also for Nigerian police check, if you follow the link there, then you will see the details of how to apply for it and how long it takes for them to provide you with this police certificate. So these are pretty much the basic things they'll be needing from you. Most importantly, that's occupational health checks. If you've not gone through the occupational health checks, or if you're yet to get an employment in Australia, please start now. Gather your immunizations. If you've not received all these immunizations, go to travel clinics, receive these immunizations. If you've not done the immunity checks, visit travel clinics and do these immunity checks. It helps to reduce the wait time, the delays, and all of that, because sometimes the delay can be it can be frustrating, honestly, because I was getting discouraged at a point, especially because of these occupational health checks. And when I looked at the money involved, imagine spending up to £500 or even £900. Just say roughly I spent £1,000 in doing all of this. So imagine spending all of this money. So go to your occupational health department, visit your GP. For the DTPA vaccination, it's only provided to, the NHS only provides this vaccine to pregnant women or mothers with babies less than 2 months old. So if you don't fall in this category, that means you'll be receiving this vaccine in private clinics, and it costs within the range of £76 to £110. For those of us living in central London, it's £110. But if you live in the outskirts of London, then you might be able to get it done for like £76. It's also a very scarce vaccine. So call the clinic before you actually go there, because most clinics don't have it. What they have is the DTP vaccine. In the clinic I received my own vaccination, they told me that it was the last one available. So start on time to search for DTPA vaccination. All right guys, that will be all for today, and I hope to see you in my next video. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Support my channel, guys. Like my videos. Don't just watch my videos. Leave comments. I'll be happy to really attend to your comments, and I look forward to them.